So we got two new guns. We have the Superi 46 and the Kar98k. Luckily, they are available in the free parts of the battle pass. It does take a little bit because you kind of got to go from this section and kind of move your way down to the Kar98, or you move yourself all the way around to the Superi 46, but they are both part of the free part of the battle pass. If you go with the black cell, you only got to go one square over. You'll unlock them pretty quickly if you're a fan of doing the black cell. On stream, we were able to level, unlock, and kind of basically test out these weapons for both the Kar98k as well as the Superi 46. And what's great about the Superi is not necessarily broken, but it's very good. TTK is unlikely to get nerfed, which is nice. You can get used to it, enjoy it, but also it has ridiculously fast movement, which we'll talk about. And Kar98k does one shot. Unfortunately, I think the max range you can get around is around 86 meters, which we were able to test to get a one-shot headshot kill. It's gonna be more viable for Resurgence, which is fine if you're into Resurgence. And then on big map, you'll still be able to get it. It's gonna be more of a quick scoper type gun because the ADS is still ridiculously fast, especially when you put on something like a no stock at the max level. We won't deep dive too much into the testing, but the Superi, when it comes to TTK, it comes in right around 630. You need 2 headshots to lower the TTK to 7 shots to kill. So most of the time it's going to be 8 shots to kill, which is pretty solid. And this falls right in line with the Striker 9, the WSP 9, and maybe even the Horus after it got a buff. We'll take a look into that in the next video, probably when we do a close range meta, since I think it did open up a little bit. And after 14 meters, right around 25 meters, and you'll see that it's still about 9 shots to kill in the middle, but maybe you get a faster headshot if you get multiple there. And overall, pretty solid. Probably even sniper support on this gun because the recoil isn't too extreme. So a lot of times when you get a gun like this, you will kind of want to see what the recoil pattern looks like right off the rip. And the main thing to kind of just shoot the wall in here, even though you probably will never get into a situation, we can see we've already fired it, and you can see the recoil pattern is just kind of up and to the right, which is relatively easy to just control. The iron sights, very clean, very visible, easy to see, and that helps for the gun. The only real drawback, in my opinion, is that it has a 40 round mag, which is fine. With it being 8 shots to kill, that means you could probably get about 2 downs. Maybe got to use some throwing knives to down the player. But the nice thing with this is it allows you to equip certain attachments like this Jack Cutthroat, which was a weekly aftermarket part, which gives you insane movement. And if you stack this with other movement things like this underbarrel, the XRK Edge also gives us more, another 7%. I think it's behind my camera, but that's fine. We'll show you the thing after I fully build it out. Normally, if you put on a barrel, it would ruin the bullet velocity, the range, and all that stuff. It has a Zulu Op light barrel, which gives you movement, the penalty of the hip fire accuracy, which is fine. It doesn't go out of the way to hurt your bullet velocity, which you can see above the cam, or the range. So you still get that max range or that closest first max damage range of 14 meters, which is pretty solid. So we're going to combine that with there. And then maybe you want a little bit improvement in recoil. You can go with the muzzle, you can go with the laser or rear grip. You can go with the optic if you're not a fan of the iron sights. I'll probably go with the Zeman. That's kind of the standard for most of the SMGs. And then you can kind of see how that builds out. And that's pretty much going to be the build. And look at the movement speed. The strafe is actually ridiculous. And a lot of times, even though there is aim assist, you just make yourself a harder target to hit, especially if somebody has slow aim assist setting or slow sensitivity. It's going to be pretty solid. And the bullet velocity, probably great sniper support with that 630 TTK. So try this one out for sure. Kar98, we'll go ahead and kind of look at the build. Some really critical attachments on this is you do have to have an optic. Luckily, if you go to the end, Chad actually showed me this one. At the end of the 70 attachments we have for optics, we get the Range Caller V3.4 optic, which it might look a little bit familiar for you guys. Don't really pay attention to the one-shot headshot. Even if you put the dummy to 3 plates, it does not matter in the firing range. Those things aren't practical or measured correctly. They still haven't fixed that. We're like 2 years into the firing range. But just look at the optic, very clean, got the outside and lines up pretty good. And it lines up with that. I know some people are saying the reticles maybe misaligned, maybe at really far ranges, but I didn't really notice that in the testing that we did for that one shot. So once you got the optic on there, you kind of have a choice of whether or not you're going to play this probably for long range or close range maps. If you're going to be playing a little bit long range, you might want a little bit less flinch, and then you get the option to that with the sling. It's going to cut off 50%, which is huge. That's definitely a noticeable difference. Or if you want to be a little bit more of a quick scope type on a small map, and you're probably going to get flinch, but you're going to try and quick scope fast enough, you'll go with the no stock. You can't equip both, so there's a little bit of a penalty on that, but this one's a little bit more of a quick scoper, probably for sure multiplayer, you'll probably enjoy that route. And then once you've gone that route, you have to kind of figure out what range you want to shoot people at. Because of the range situation, it's accurate to what it shows in screen here. So this is effective damage range. This number right here, the 60.3, that's when you can get a one-shot headshot. After that, not one shot, unless they don't have plates. So you can go ahead and kind of go through here. This one's going to bump it up to 71 meters. And we get a couple more attachments left. Let's go for the sling since we're going long range as possible. Just so we have attachment in the spot. Ammunition, we can get some high grain. That gives us 15%. We can actually get 20%, but we lose a little bit of range. It might be worth it to go with the high grain. We get a little bit up to 82 meters. And then the muzzle, we can actually get a little bit further up to 86 meters. This one's a little bit slower on the Spirit Fire, so you can go with the Sonic. And then that will give you still a 429 ADS speed. So this is kind of what it ends up looking like fully built. You can see it's definitely no Kar98 Modern Warfare 2019. The ADS is 100 milliseconds slower, so I don't think we'll ever get those. Like I said, don't pay attention to the non-one shots. These are all 50 meters. These should one shot at all of these ranges. The reload and bolting is a little bit slow in my opinion. At least that's the way it felt in multiplayer when we were leveling in zombies. So you can go ahead and try it out for yourself. Let me know which gun are you more hyped about in the comments section. Appreciate the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.